Welcome everyone, Julie here. In this video, I want to share with you why I do what I do, why I'm a dream career and life coach, and why I'm a writer and speaker. Why do I care about inspiring and helping people evolve and change? The answer is that what I care most about is helping people live their purpose and achieve their dreams. I believe people can live their life to the fullest and do what they came here to do. So now I'm going to rewind and tell you how it all started. As a child, I came from a divorced home with an unstable single mother and an uninvolved father. My younger life was exposed to dreams being something you just thought about, but never really could become real because everyone's life was such a mess with negative thoughts, low self-esteem, self-doubt, or the biggies like violence, abuse, and drug and alcohol. Marriages like that of my parents were abusive and eventually fell apart. Other marriages I observed, such as my grandparents, who stayed together even after years of alcohol and domestic abuse because they felt trapped or they believed that they had no other option. People who had obvious talents, like my mother, born with a gorgeous operatic voice, and my grandmother, with her captivating country singing and guitar playing, would never really be able to share their gifts with the world. In my youth and young adult life, I viewed this as a real tragedy of life on an individual human level. I did not understand why people with great talents and gifts would become so handicapped in their mind or from the outside world that they could not fully express themselves and live out their dreams. My brother escaped from the misery as he went on to college. He was the only one that gave me hope, which would rescue me from the trailer park of misery. Going to a college was also my escape. I was highly motivated and dreamt of traveling and seeing the world. I started coaching myself and reading self-development books by people such as Anthony Robbins, Sean Covey, and Dale Carnegie. I watched inspirational movies such as Dead Poets Society, Field of Dreams, and Rudy, which shared themes like Carpe Diem, live life to the fullest, faith, perseverance, and positive thoughts. Deep thinking and poetry became my way to process the world around me. Feeling empowered after college, I joined the Peace Corps and was on my way. I spent 2 years abroad traveling and finding myself. I helped set up the Peace Corps' first community technology center in Poland and set up several English clubs. I fell in love with this work. I decided that I would work with bringing technology to underserved communities and pursue project management as a profession. While abroad in Poland, I had several English clubs that gave me the freedom to discuss topics on current events, life tips, and self-development themes. I enjoyed inspiring and encouraging young people to follow their hearts, live life to the fullest, and go after their dreams. When I returned, I married an old college friend who was super talented and creative, and I was again inspired to write poetry that he would turn into music and share with the world. But while working to bring technology to underserved communities across California, finishing up grad school and a fellowship program, I quickly found myself pregnant with an alcoholic and drug addict husband. I had slipped back into the old patterns I was exposed to as a child. I ended up in a domestic violence situation and had to flee for my life with my 6-month-old son. My career was also struggling with months of working on my resume, to interview after interview, moving from project to project, but never really settling into any one company that seemed to fit. I really needed a confidant, but I didn't have anyone to turn to for help in my professional career or my personal life. Throughout this time, I also dealt with seeing friends recklessly spiral downhill from drugs and alcohol issues, experienced the suicide of my father and my mother passing to cancer. I went from thriving to surviving, with my confidence plummeted and struggling with chronic fatigue and depression. I eventually turned to God as a reference for how to fulfill my dream of having a loving family, partner, and thriving career. 2 years later, I married the man of my dreams, Ron Allen, and had a beautiful daughter. Together, we developed ourselves professionally as freelance project managers and consultants, working with a plethora of companies in the Pacific Northwest, such as Microsoft and Boeing. Our dreams soon expanded to a creative realm, and now we own a business called the StoryMakers, which offers photo, video content, and coaching. I had gone from a history of domestic violence, broken families, and poverty to becoming a Fortune 100 consultant, and now a business owner and dream career and life coach. In my life experiences, I've observed so many people close to me have their dreams die due to dysfunctional families, drugs, depression, and alcohol issues, and many other layers of problems, such as insecurities with self-doubts and fears. The path of pain and negativity eventually led me to a wake-up call and discovery of my purpose, which is to support young people in helping them to also live out their purpose and go after their dreams. The message I received growing up was that dreams weren't possible, but I refused to accept that. And now I know that it's possible, and I'm confident you can do it too. My love for working with young people, which was first sparked in the Peace Corps, has carried over to my current profession as a dream career and life coach and creating the Build Your Dream program. I'm excited and committed to working with millennials and open-minded individuals. If you are uncertain about your future, come from a negative past, and just not clear on your dreams or the next big thing, if you are trying to find your place in the world at the beginning phase of your career, or trying to find, create, or realize your dream, I invite you to join me on a path of transformation, to start exploring, unraveling your layers, and manifesting the dreams of your future. So that's what I do. And thank you for joining me. I look forward to having you in a coaching program, maybe part of a presentation, watching my StoryMaker U YouTube channel, or reading an article and an inspiring newsletter. Thanks for listening, and please feel free to send me your questions or comments. Thanks again.